Y'all excuse me. In the middle of working out. Me personally, I'm a person that works out for health, but also work out for mental clarity. And I box. It's one of the things I do for mental clarity. Especially so I, kind of like kills my flesh. So I don't take my frustration out in the day and put it on somebody that you ever, like, your child ever do something and you be like, look, man, I ain't trying to whoop you right now because I'm going to take something out on you that wasn't meant for you. That's what I say to my kids anyway. It's probably one of the reasons why they really don't get whipped. In our day, I'm an 80s baby. We didn't get whipped, we got beat. With everything. Anything that was around. So I advise for anybody that has built up frustration, as myself, just because you saved don't mean that you ain't got built up frustration. God does give you peace, but this flesh is strong, y'all, so take that in consideration. I advise for you to find something that allows you to remove that built up frustration so you don't carry it out with you throughout the day. But while I was just boxing, right, Spirit started talking to me and I started realizing, especially in the beginning of my workout or my boxing, I got all this momentum because I'm fresh, I'm pumped, I'm just in it, right? And then, of course, 20, 30 minutes go by and it start wearing down on you, start getting tired, start getting a little exhausted, But for me personally, I personally try to push myself beyond that exhaustion and really go harder towards the end than I did from when I first started. I had a great trainer. I have a few good trainers, but one of my best trainers, Captain Eldorado Jones, for most of y'all from Joliet, you know who he is. He was one of my best trainers, and he always was like, finish strong. Just when they thought you was out the game, finish strong. Just when you thought you was out the game, finish strong. You go to exhaustion, right? You go until you feel like you can't go no more, then you give at least one more. You gotta push yourself to the next level, And me personally, I see that in everyday life, but I wonder if I see that in every action of our life, Even right now, everybody's momentum is strong because it's fresh. It's fresh. That's the fight. But then we're going to get tired, y'all. We're going to get tired of punching. We're going to get tired of getting up. We're going to get tired of posting. We're going to get tired of speaking, as our people have already been tired of speaking. That's why you hearing yells. That's why you seeing things burn. That's why you seeing it's the exhaustion, people kicking into overtime. But don't forget your gifts. Don't forget the tools that God has already given you. Don't forget that, man, you already came in. I already came in with my gloves. I'm already hydrated. I already got my protein. I already got, I got to remind myself that I was already equipped to finish as strong, if not stronger, in my finish than when I started. So I don't know who's out there feeling like you on your last leg, not even just with the protesting, but just with life. Because the thing is, in the world, in the United States, we dealing with the protests. And the world, we dealing with COVID. In the world, we dealing with racism. That's not just an American thing, y'all. Go check. It's not just an American thing. People wonder why black people's tired. Black people go to France, they go to Germany, they go to Africa. African Americans, we catch it going back to our own homeland. Like when they talking about, go back to Africa. A lot of Africans don't want African Americans. So you already done diluted us. I'm one of the dilutions, So it's things going on all around us. Then we still have our personal fights. We still have those individual battles that each one of us is fighting. I'm fighting one of the hardest battles in my life right now, individually. When I get through it, I'll talk to y'all about it. But until I get through it, I can't talk about it because God's still working on me with it. Okay? So even with all of this going on around us. I know me personally, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I know you guys to be tired. Like, I'm tired every time I jump on social media. This is what I see, but unfortunately, it's what's needed. It's what we need. I'm tired of also getting on my timeline of people crying about stores being boarded up to avoid looters and why weren't you tired when black people keep getting killed? Why weren't you tired when you kept turning on the news and seeing another police officer that's supposed to protect and serve out here done put his knee on another black person's neck? Why weren't you just as tired over that? Forget these stores boarded up. They need to be boarded up. Because me personally, I'm tired of seeing black families have to rebuild their whole infrastructure because somebody done got taken from them that didn't deserve to get taken from them, either by death, an unjust legal system, or to the streets because they didn't see that they had anything better to give to this world, so they fell to the trap of the street. So you could be tired of all of this looting, which I'm against the looting. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm against the looting. I am against the looting, but I'm not against the movement. This is well overdue. And for all of y'all people, because it's blacks, whites, Hispanics, it's so many that this is the reason why we can't come to an agreement, because we in the middle of the fight, right? We in the middle of the fight. Now, if I'm in the middle of punching a bag, right? And this is my target, and I done told mind, body, soul that we about to attack this bag this morning, and then somebody else decides to come move the bag in the middle of my workout. How you think I'm finna react? How you think I'm finna react? I'm not finna react good. I'm finna be mad. First of all, I'm already pumped up. I'm already in my movement. I'm already in my zone. I'm already getting my struggle on. And then somebody else decides they want to come move my bag. Bro, that ain't finna work. That ain't finna work for nobody. That ain't nobody going for that. People is tired, and we tired of every single time that we have this one focus, which is justice for all people, regardless of race, sex, anything, religion. We want freedom of speech for everything except for black lives. And people is tired. Stop trying to move our goal to something else. Focus on the goal. And remember, when you get tired, because we all are tired, and I'm not talking about I'm tired from the fight. Not tired of the actions of other racist, ignorant people. Now we in the fight. When you get tired, finish strong, y'all. Finish strong. Go in, come out wiser than what we went in. Like we said, COVID, we were supposed to come out wiser than what we went in. Come on, man, we got a president that is ready to wreak havoc on the whole United States before he decides to pass a law to protect black people. He would rather destroy his own people. Everybody is a sacrifice for him. Just so his name could be on there that he the one that did it. Where his name should be on there to say, hey, I'm the one that said enough is enough. What's wrong with giving them equality? What's wrong with it? But he doesn't see it like that. So when you're in the middle of your fight and you feel like that stride is getting a little bit tighter, because it is. It's going to get tighter because you getting more and more frustrated. So you might be punching the bag a little harder. You might be going, like, your breathing ain't even the same. Sometimes you just gotta, like any boxer know, like, man, you just step back and you give your little jog, you catch your breath, observe the goal again, reset. Trust me, my reset is prayer. I'm not gonna stop saying it. You have to have God before you go into any battle. You cannot step out into this world and not have God stepping out before you. Make sure that your steps are ordered. If you don't understand what your role is in this protest, if you don't understand what your role is in this fight, pray and ask God to give you revelation. Pray. Ask him, what's my position? Maybe I'm just the cleanup. Maybe I'm supposed to be the person that comes along after the protest to make it look like, hey, we didn't exactly leave it the way that we came. You don't know. Everybody has a position. Maybe you supposed to be the babysitter while your people is out, because I'm sick and tired of y'all leaving these kids out here in this protest too. if you're going to take your kid, make sure your kid is with you when you leave, okay? Keep the kids with you. But maybe some of these kids don't need to be out here. Maybe some of them don't need to. So maybe you the babysitter that's supposed to be at home keeping the kids while everybody else go to the front lines. Know what your position is. Know what your position is in a village. In a village, everyone has their own position. Everyone has their own position. The warriors have theirs. They ready for war. The hunters have theirs, and they not necessarily the warriors. Just because the warriors know how to handle a sword don't mean that they finna go out and hunt. They got different roles. Some people is out in the field. Some people is home with the kids. Others are teachers. We have our medical staff. Let's start training up our children. My girl, Cherie, she posted a very, very logical thing. Let's stop raising our kids to make them feel like that their physical gifts are the only thing that they can contribute to this earth. Let's stop raising them to make them believe that basketball and football and even singing and dancing and all of these other things, those are extra things, real talk. If it makes them get to a higher level, then hey, good for them. But stop feeding it to them that they only attribute to this earth is by being a superstar. We need doctors, we need lawyers, we need politicians, y'all. We need politicians, real talk. People talking about, I don't want to be a politician because they crooked. Then get in and be an uncrooked politician. How about that? Be the change. Be the change, because they are crooked. So be the change. Be the change. So I'm finna get back to my workout. It's just something I wanted to share with y'all. We in what? Week 2? I don't even know anymore. It's been going, y'all. Stop crying about your favorite stores boarded up. Thank God that it's not looted. It's boarded up. It's boarded up. Okay, you can't shop today. You can't shop today. Well, guess what? George Floyd can't shop today neither. You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin can't shop today neither. It's a lot of us that can't shop. I'm sick and tired. You talking about businesses got to rebuild, communities got to rebuild. It's people out here still trying to rebuild their family structure. And you talking about a store? And you mad about a store? A store, yo? Like, for real? It's people out here still trying to rebuild their family structure. Either they was taken away by an unjust legal system because they didn't fight the case the same exact way because of the color of their skin. They didn't get the same amount of years. They didn't get the same treatment. They didn't get the same public offender. They didn't get, they didn't get the same treatment. And they got slammed. I got people in my family that got slammed over the same exact thing that I see other people just walk away with. Over the same exact thing that I see people walk away with. And you're mad over a store not being open? Come on, man. Regroup. And finish the fight stronger with more momentum, more energy, more wisdom. Because the way, I ain't gonna lie, if you in a fight, sometimes you gotta throw a few jabs to see how your opponent coming at you, right? That way you will know, hey, I might need to switch it up. So the way you thought you was gonna go into the fight, the way you thought you was gonna win it, the way you thought it was gonna happen, it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen. This person might came a little stronger. They might have came with that right when you was expecting that left. They might have had a little bit more energy, and they might have held a little bit more weight than you thought they held. Just because a person looks small don't mean they ain't holding their weight in no fight. So, regroup. Go to God. Regroup. Pray. Regroup. We get our strength from God. We get our strength from God. And honestly, if you've been going this far in the fight and have not tapped into your source yet, you will wonder why you keep fighting the same battle and getting the same results. That's your answer. Somebody right now is going through a fight and they can't understand why they keep getting the same results. They not getting nowhere. My knuckles is bloody. I'm bruised up. But I keep getting the same result. And for a minute it seemed like I'm ahead, right? For a minute it seemed like I'm winning. And then all of a sudden I realized, dang, they just got stronger because they coming with the same thing. They coming with the same. Come on. You think these people not ready for a fight? There was a war. Let's go back. There was a war here in America. In America. To revoke slavery from being free. So you think it's not going to be a war to make sure black people get justice? Do you think it's not going to be a war? You think they wasn't already prepared for this? You don't think that they weren't sitting around like, hey man, these people finna get tired eventually. What we gonna do? But I don't know. They got these leaders speaking up, giving them more energy, more momentum. Then at the same time, we still right here doing the same dumb stuff. So yes, they gonna get tired. Well, what do you think we do? I think we should prepare for them. They didn't prepare for COVID, but they prepared for your black butt to come out there and march. You think they ain't prepared for that? You think they ain't been looking at how the momentum, how black people have been picking up this energy, this phenomenal energy? Like I told y'all the other day, the resilience of a black man is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. The resilience. Let me tell you, for my white people, because I'm half white, so I'm with you. Why is this my fight? It is your fight because you benefited off of it. Now, so let me tell you, I see a lot of, well, I was picked on and I had a hard life and I had this and I had that. I'm not saying you didn't. But let me be a witness. Because I seen it with my own eyes. I went through it myself. So let me be a witness because see, my brothers, they been off in the hood when they fight. So they really don't know what's going on in your hood. I done been in your hood. Matter of fact, I'm in your hood right now. So let me put you on something. Yes, what they call trailer park trash, right? Low income. Your daddy, your mama might not have had the same, financial status as your other white counterparts, right? So you got picked on, you was bullied, they harassed you, they said that you didn't have this and you'll never amount to that. And a lot of y'all believed it and you ain't come up out of that, right? You didn't come up out of that because you believed it. You believed that the financial status that your family created, that was going to be yours as well. So you submitted to the names that your more financially secure white counterparts have endured unto you your whole life, right? I know. I've been around y'all. And guess what? I don't know how many times in my life that I've been told by the lowest of the white person. I mean, in towns. I'm not talking about in blocks, areas. I'm talking about in towns. In towns where I was basically the darkest complexion in the town. And I'm black bright. So imagine that. Imagine if, my son, little chocolate boy, come walking through the door. But you don't know how many times that I done been told by the trailer trash, the lower income, the one that's been bullied his whole life, hey, thank you for coming. Thank you. You wanna know why? Thank you for coming. Because I was the lowest of the bucket until you got here. Now that I'm on the scene, they no longer paying a factor to him. She's no longer getting picked on because now they got a nigga to pick on. Why would they pick on her? She's no longer the lowest of them all. I done came, and now they got something worse to talk about. They got something worse to pick on. They got, man, I done had my hair pulled. I done got bullied. I done had, man, out in Beardstown, Illinois, and I don't care. They could come for me all they want. Man, they had a whole mob of people, including the police, basically chasing me and my sister from a football game. I was probably like 9, 10 years old. They chased us from a football game because I stood up for one of the little young white girls that couldn't defend herself against a bully. A whole mob. She was the least of their concern until we got there. Police and everything riding up behind a big old mob talking about they gonna lynch us and all types of stuff. Real talk, I'm telling you from experience. I know the frustration. But, like I just said in the beginning, you have to get into a place when you wake up in the morning, you have to regroup from your mistakes and your successes from the day before. Calculate them if you have to. Write them down. Observe them. Give yourself credit where you done made some accomplishments, but also go double check that area where you might still be flawed. Every single day, we should be up against ourselves first. Before you go out and try to fight a battle against somebody else, go to the mirror for yourself. Observe yourself first and foremost. Before you get out and start trying to go point out what it say, the speck in somebody else's eye, how about you take care of the boulder in yours? First and foremost. Because you cannot go out into battle with someone else and allow them to see your flaws before you do. You cannot. When you boxing, man, you got it. Look, when I'm boxing, I'm like, oh, I'm weak. I need to fix my footwork. And remember, it's a full body thing. I gotta fix my footwork. I gotta watch my armor. Man, I was in the store for probably like 30 minutes trying to find me some new boxing gloves. Y'all put them all on. I got to make sure these is for me, though. These is my tools, not your tools. Remember, David was called, he wasn't even there to fight. He was there to feed. Remember that. I think a lot of y'all missed that. He wasn't there to fight. He was there to feed. He was sent by the daddy who didn't even believe enough in him to send him out into the war zone. He told him to go work. But he told him to go feed his brothers who was out in the war zone, right? He went to go take food. And he got there just like a little kid, nonchalant. That guy? Y'all afraid of him? Then he tried to put on someone else's armor. Stop trying to put on other people's armor, y'all. Stop trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. What I went through in this life was for me to go through this life. Now, I could tell you about it, but it's not for you to go step back through the same war zone I done came out of. I'm telling you so you could get through your war zone. Not so you could come try to step through my war zone. But that's what it is. Stop trying to put on other people's armor. Go to the source. Pray. Ask God. Plead with him. Petition with him. God, where's my position? Am I equipped? Did I miss something somewhere? Do I need to go back and pick it up? Did I leave it somewhere else? Did I drop it? Did I pass it off to someone else thinking it was their gift, but the whole time it was really mine? So how about we stop trying to pick up other people's armor? And stop just assuming that because they up here, that their position is up here for now, that yours can't be, or that's not your destination. That might be their destination, right? And you're supposed to surpass them, but you're going to suppress yourself because you're too busy trying to be like them. Go to the source. Discover from within what's your gift, what you got to bring to the war zone. Okay? Pick up your rocks. David wiped them out with a rock, with a slingshot. Because he acknowledged right away, they put that on him. They put this armor on him, and he realized, like, this might be what y'all fight in, but that's not what I'm supposed to fight in. That's not my source. That's not my weapon. That's not my armor. That's your armor. So figure out what yours is, and stop trying to deter people from their fight just because you don't understand it. You don't understand it. Anyone that is more concerned about a store being boarded up, and this is for my friends, my virtual and my non-virtual friends, you might as well unfollow me now because I'm about to go in on y'all. I'm about to go in. If you are more concerned about a store being boarded up, like I said, I'm not for the looters, but even still, if you are more concerned about stores being burned down than you are about how this black nation has been burnt down, crippled, and I want to say something else, but the other day I cursed while I was on, and I'm sorry, y'all. But sometimes I do get fired up, and like I said, I still be wrestling with my flesh, and then I do got my own little personal stuff. That's my little, we all got our own stuff, man. We all got our own stuff outside of this. My thing is this. Here go my thing. My thing is I would love to be able to walk out the door and know that I have a battle that I have to fight for me as an individual, right? My own personal battles, and not worry about them getting chopped down because I walked into a place that my skin color interfered. We got enough battles to fight in this earth. My skin color should not be one of them. My skin color should not be one of them. My children's skin color should not be one of them. Tupac said in a video, 50 years from now, I don't want my grandchildren, great-grandchildren to have this same conversation. I don't want them to have this same conversation. Okay? We got to get rid of this now. You talking about rebuilding? Let's rebuild. They ready to hit the reset button on everything except racism. And I'm going to tell y'all, yeah, a lot of these people is out here faking it. A lot of these people are bowing down because they have to. That's what they're supposed to do. So stop questioning why these companies are finally putting these things in place. They're putting these things in place not necessarily because they're not racist anymore. Just because they know they have to. That's what we want. They have to put these procedures in place now. You see a lot of these big companies putting things in place now. They have to put these things in place now because they don't want to be a target. You done set fear into them. You did it. Applaud. Y'all been doing great, y'all. I wish I could be out there with you, but I can't. Maybe this is my place. Maybe this is my fight. I don't know. We'll see. But the thing is, we got to keep going. It's not over. Don't. It's not over. Most of y'all is woke. I mean, really woke, not that fake woke. Most of y'all woke. No, they ain't even put their gloves on yet. So, wise up, connect to the source. God bless. I love each and every one of you, regardless of color. Honestly, I love believers, non-believers. Hey, I pray that you get right. I pray because y'all do know what's next, right? Everybody thought that COVID was the end. Nah, the Bible says that every knee shall bow. Every knee shall bow and declare what? We ain't got there yet. But if y'all look around, we getting there. We getting there. Real talk, we getting there. And yeah, I want justice. But y'all do know what starts coming after that, right? So, while you want justice on this earth, I pray. Y'all don't understand. My hurt is for those people that still have not seek God for themselves. Have not seek God for themselves. You have to seek God for yourself. You have to go to the source. Keep tapping into the source. Keep tapping into the source. You cannot go into battle. And truth is for me, I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. Right? Me personally, when I feel like I done gave it all and I'm tired and now my body is exhausted, I go hydrate. Right? I go hydrate. You gotta stay hydrated. Me personally, I use everything like in spiritual. Because I be like, my hydration is the word of God. My hydration is me kneeling it before God. There's different ways to pray. So you don't want to kneel, that's fine. You walk. You lay prostrated out. There's so many different ways to pray. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post it later. Because it's not just about kneeling. Some of us, me personally, I used to go by, I like trees. Real talk. When I want to feel closer to God, believe it or not, I go by trees. I love trees. My old trainer, he used to go by water because he liked things moving. Find out what your element is. Find out. Like I've been talking to my nephews, and one of the things I told them yesterday, I played a song for them. And I said, this is a song that I squat heavy to. Find out what your theme song is. Find out what makes you move the way that you were designed to move. Find out what gets you pumped up. Also, find out where your weaknesses are. Find out what makes you angry. Find out what sets you off. Find out what distracts you. Because everybody got their own little thing that would distract them. Every single one of us have our thing that would distract us. So yes, find out what your weaknesses are before you step out in the door and somebody else see it on you before you get a chance to deal with it. All right? So y'all, I'm going to get back to my workout. I love y'all. Be blessed. Go with God, and He'll go with you.